are so many places to travel to in the world. 7 continents, almost 200 countries, all with amazing food, cultures, stunning views, and here I am.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to share with you my favourite 5 places that I've travelled to that you need to add to your bucket list for when lockdown is lifted and we can travel again. There are so many places that I want to travel to when we can, so whilst I can't make any new travel memories, I thought it would be nice to reminisce and look back on some of my favourite ones. Starting at number 5 and last on the list, but definitely not the least, is Barbados. This Caribbean island is literally paradise on earth. Its beaches have the softest, whitest sand I've ever walked on, and you literally feel like you should be on the front of a postcard. We stayed in St Lawrence Gap at the Southern Palms Beach Club Hotel. This hotel has the perfect location, being right on the beach, and is only 2 seconds away from the busy nightlife. They have steel drum performances on an evening. And they even have little baby turtles that hatch on the beach there, so you might be lucky enough to see that when you're there. The nightlife, as I mentioned, is incredible. Sharky's nightclub is the best if you're wanting to party, or there are plenty of beachfront restaurants if you're wanting to enjoy a nice evening meal with views of the sunset. As well as trying the restaurants, you also need to try Bayesian street food. All along the Gap, people have set up their own barbecues where you can purchase authentic home-cooked food. There's jerk chicken, mahi-mahi, macaroni pie, which is amazing. It's a lot cheaper than eating in the restaurants and also just as nice, if not sometimes nicer. There is so much to do in Barbados as well. You need to visit Boatyard Beach. You can play in the water or take the free boat trips out to swim with the turtles and snorkel around shipwrecks.
Coral takes years to grow. People like us, we can destroy it in seconds.
Harbour Lights is also such a fun experience. You get picked up from your hotel, have a Caribbean dinner show with dancers, fire breathers, stilt walkers, get a full barbecue dinner and unlimited free drinks all night. Another thing you have to do whilst you're there is visit Oyston's Friday night fish fry. There's barbecues everywhere cooking amazing seafood. If like me you don't like seafood, there's a lot of chicken and macaroni pie as well. There's live music and market stalls, and every local we spoke to whilst we were there told us we had to go there on a Friday night. We took the craziest taxi ride ever there. If you're in Barbados and you get an 8-seat taxi, they will fit about 30 people in. And we weren't disappointed. The only reason Barbados is last on this list is because it can be quite expensive to get there, but nevertheless you should add it to your bucket list and definitely go there. Next at number 4 is Albufeira, Portugal. This was more of a relaxing holiday rather than a sightseeing one, but it's nice to just enjoy the sunshine sometimes. We stayed in a family villa here because it was a family holiday, but the villa was amazing and it is so nice to have your own private pool. We were only a 10-minute taxi ride away from the Old Town, which is one of the best old towns I've been to. There's so many places to eat and drink. Our favourite was Banks, where you can sit out on the rooftop terrace and overlook the Old Town and cook your own steak on a hot stone. And if you're looking for a lively nightlife, this is the place to go. There are so many bars and the streets are just filled with people dancing. They actually had some street performers on whilst we were there and it was so fun. During the day whilst you're healing from your hangover, there are so many hidden beaches to find. We'd been to the main beach, which was absolutely packed with families, so we had a look on Google Maps and just found a little beach that was near where we were and decided to walk, and we were not disappointed. There's amazing cliffs and caves to see, and you can also take boat trips out which will take you to the more secluded ones. The only thing I will mention is Portugal is the ocean and not the sea, which I didn't even realise there was a difference, but the ocean is absolutely freezing, so just bear that in mind if you're going on a boat trip and you're going to be in the water. On an evening you need to take a stroll down the beach and go up the stairway at the end.
I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on.
You get incredible views and get to walk back through the old town afterwards. In at number 3 is Barcelona in Spain. We only spent a few days here, but it's one of my favourite cities I've ever been to and I am dying to go back. We actually stayed in a family villa here again, just outside of Portugal in a place called Calella. That was really nice and it was so easy to get the train into Barcelona. I think it took about an hour to get the train. So Barcelona can be quite expensive, so that is a cheaper way to do it. There's so many sights to see in the city and it's absolutely beautiful. If you're into architecture, you will love it here. If you're limited on time like we were, I would definitely recommend to do the Red City Tour bus. It takes you to all the main tourist attractions like the Nou Camp, the Arc de Triomphe, the Sagrada Familia and so much more. It's also hop on, hop off, so you can get on and off anywhere you'd like. It also takes you up the mountains, so it's near the mountain from Joey's story in Friends, if anyone knows which one I'm talking about.
Years ago, when I was backpacking across Western Europe, I was just outside of Barcelona, hiking in the foothills of Mount Tibidabo,
where you will get to see the Olympic Stadium and the Olympic swimming pool. The swimming pool has the most amazing views over the whole city. You can pay to use the pool or you can just stay at the bar for free like we did, but the views are just incredible. The best part about Barcelona for me is that it's both a city and a beach in one. So you can spend your day wandering through the Gothic Quarter and then spend your evening having beachfront cocktails and amazing food. So these last two places are actually tied first for me. I love them both so much that I just couldn't pick a favourite. So in at number 1A is Budapest. This Eastern European city has so much history, so much to see and do, so much incredible food and drinks, and it's just amazing. We stayed at the Iberostar Grand Budapest Hotel. We got champagne on arrival. It had the comfiest bed I've ever slept in and it's in an amazing location. Everything in Budapest is in walking distance, which I think is why I love this city so much, because you don't have to take a lot of public transport, which is saving you money there. You can just walk everywhere and you get to take in a lot more of the sights as you walk in as well. There is so much sightseeing to do in Budapest. I've actually done a more in-depth video of my top 10 things you should do whilst you're in Budapest, so I'll leave that linked above if you want to go watch that. But you have to see the views from the top of St. Stephen's Basilica, walk along the chain bridge to see Buda Castle, and also go to the Fisherman's Bastion at night time to see the Hungarian Parliament building all lit up. Another thing Budapest has is thermal baths. So we went to the Széchenyi thermal baths and it was like nothing I'd ever experienced before. It's definitely a bucket list item. Budapest is amazing for food and drinks. The Old Jewish Quarter is filled with ruin bars, which are essentially bars inside old ruins. They're all decorated really eccentrically and they're all different. Simpler Kurt is the main to visit, but we also went to Elato Kurt, which was a Mexican themed one, which did the best tacos ever. For cocktails, you need to visit either 360 Bar or Boutique Bar. 360 Bar is a rooftop bar in the middle of the city where you can get panoramic views. The bartenders are really friendly as well, as even brought us over free shots.
So the waiters just brought us over some free Unicum.
Smells like swimming baths.
So we've ordered some palinka, which is a traditional Hungarian brandy.
Oh. I've done
As disgusting as they may be, you have to try Unicum and palinka if you go to Budapest. We watched the sunset here and there was a DJ on and the drinks were amazing and it was just one of my favourite memories from Budapest. Boutique Bar, as I mentioned, has the most amazing cocktails. You need to try the Second Chance Pina Colada. Caravan Food Court has the best street food. The burgers are incredible. Istanbul Kebabs has the best kebabs ever. And you also need to try traditional Hungarian foods like the chimney cakes, langos and goulash. There's so many amazing things to do in Budapest that I could literally sit here and talk for hours. Luckily we vlogged the whole time we were there, so I'll leave the links to those down in the description if you want to see everything else we got up to. Lastly, in number 1B is New York City. The concrete jungle is my favourite place, and everywhere you go you feel like you should be in a film. It's just exactly how you imagine it to be. We stayed in the Riu Plaza Hotel, which I would definitely recommend. The rooms are nice and modern, we had an amazing view, and you're literally a 2-minute walk from Times Square. Next time I go to New York, I think I would prefer to stay more downtown, but if you're going for the first time and you wanted to do all the sightseeing, this is a really good hotel in a really good location. Obviously there's so much to do in New York City. You can go see the views from the top of Rockefeller Center, take the ferry out to see the Statue of Liberty, and go visit the 9/11 Memorial and Museum, which I would say is a must whilst you're there. You can go window shopping down Fifth Avenue and take a stroll through Central Park, which is one of my favourite things to do whilst I'm there. I love Central Park. You can also go see the outside of the Friends apartment building, which is definitely on my bucket list because I'd just love to live out my dream of being Rachel Green in the 90s. I'm sure you've already heard, but New York is amazing for food. There's so many iconic places you need to try, such as Katz's Deli. And of course you need to eat 100 pizza slices whilst you're there. Some of my favourite food places we've been to are Beauty in Essex, which is a really nice restaurant that does the most amazing burger ever, hidden behind a real life working pawn shop. Cantina Rooftop is a Mexican themed bar and restaurant on a rooftop with amazing views and amazing food. And for street food you have to try the Halal Guys. You also need to take a trip to Brooklyn whilst you're there. We walked across the Brooklyn Bridge and you get amazing views on your way there and on your way back. And we also stopped underneath the bridge to sit by the water and watch the sunset, which was just incredible. I've also done a video on my top 10 things to do in New York City, as well as if you're going at Christmas time, so I'll leave that on the screen somewhere as well. And that is the end of the video. I hope this inspired your travels for when all the restrictions are lifted again, and if there's anywhere you think that I should go, please let me know in the comments because I'm always adding things to my list. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.